everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Will Steffy be happier without Finn? Free from marriage and awful family? The bold and the beautiful B&B. Spoilers reveal that Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Messins Wood, may have to ask herself an important question soon. Steffy may find herself wondering if she'd be happier without John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlan, and all the drama he brings to the table. At some point, Steffy may decide she just can't take this anymore. It was hard enough for Steffy to get past all the Sheila Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown chaos, but now more of Finn's family issues are erupting through his biological connection to Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada. Of course, Steffy is concerned about her own safety as well as the safety of the children. That'll remain a factor moving forward, but this is also just about how many marital challenges this B&B couple can actually withstand. Steffy and Finn have been able to overcome the obstacles so far, but could Luna be the one problem that finally breaks them? It's clear that Steffy expects Finn to cut off all contact with Luna, but there wouldn't be much of a story if he did that. Finn can't just forget Luna exists or that they share a father-daughter bond, no matter how much pressure Steffy puts on him. There's already a rift that could grow wider and ultimately bring the end of Steffy's marriage to Finn. If that happens, will Steffy find that she's happier without Finn and all the family nightmares he's been bringing to her life? Steffy obviously still loves Finn and will struggle to get over him if they part ways. It'll be tough to close this chapter, but part of Steffy may be relieved if she calls it quits. That said, another part of Steffy may be miserable, and it's that part of Steffy who could potentially have a change of heart down the line. Something tells us Steffy and Finn won't be over for good if they do split over Luna. In the end, Finn and Steffy may face a long romantic road where they struggle to live with or without each other. Although Steffy's loved ones may make predictions about her being better off without Finn, she could have her doubts about that in time. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Steffy may have to make some updates to her way of thinking, so we'll bring you more news on her romantic future with Finn. Steffy Forrester has been a fixture in The Bold and the Beautiful for years, a character who has endured heartbreak, triumph, and everything in between. But as the storyline progresses, fans have begun to wonder if Steffy will find her true happiness away from the toxic entanglements of her family, her complicated marriage to Finn, and the long-lasting effects of a history fraught with pain and betrayal. Could Steffy be happier without Finn, without the weight of her marriage, and free from the influence of her awful family? As we dive into the latest spoilers and predictions for Steffy's future, we examine her possible paths to freedom and happiness. Steffy's rocky road to happiness. Steffy Forrester has always been a character marked by resilience. She's survived a tumultuous past filled with scandal, loss, and the shifting dynamics of the Forrester family empire. Yet, her most recent struggle has been deeply personal, her marriage to Finn. From the outside, it seemed like Steffy and Finn were the perfect couple. But behind closed doors, cracks have begun to show, and Steffy's desire for a fresh start is becoming clearer. One thing we know about Steffy is that she is fiercely independent, driven by a strong sense of self. However, when it comes to her relationships, especially those with the Forrester family and Finn, she's often caught between the weight of familial expectations and her own desires. For much of her adult life, Steffy has been pressured by her family to uphold the Forrester legacy, and this burden has affected her romantic choices. Finn, though a loving and attentive partner, has never been completely able to separate himself from the shadow of Steffy's family, especially her father, Ridge, and her mother, Taylor. Could Steffy be better off if she stepped away from the pressure of her family? What would it mean for her if she no longer had to conform to their ideas of what her life should look like? The strain of marriage. Steffy and Finn's marriage has certainly seen its share of obstacles. While Steffy truly loves Finn, there's no denying that her commitment to him has been tested by external pressures. Finn, being a doctor, has always been deeply invested in his work, and this often clashes with Steffy's need for attention and affection. In addition, the emotional strain from her past relationship with Liam Spencer continues to affect her feelings, both of affection and animosity, complicate Steffy's heart. But the biggest issue might not be Finn himself, but rather Steffy's internal struggle. Is she truly happy with him, or is she trying to make a marriage work for the sake of keeping up appearances? Fans have witnessed her moments of doubt and hesitation, leading them to question if Steffy's heart truly lies with Finn or if she's simply holding on to a relationship that no longer serves her. As the tension builds, it seems that Steffy may soon find herself standing at a crossroads. Should she continue fighting for her marriage with Finn or take a step back to focus on herself? And could freedom from her marital entanglement lead to a happiness she's never known before? A family of dysfunction and control. The Forrester family is no stranger to drama, and Steffy has often been caught in the crossfire. Her family has a long history of manipulation, infighting, and rivalry, with Ridge and Taylor at the center of it all. For years, Steffy has played the role of the dutiful daughter, trying to balance the demands of her family while seeking her own happiness. But with the constant emotional manipulation from her parents, it's not surprising that Steffy has started to question her loyalty to them. Ridge in particular has been a source of tension in Steffy's life. While she respects him as her father, his interference in her relationships and her decisions has been a recurring issue. His involvement in Steffy's marriage to Finn has often felt suffocating, as if Steffy is being pushed into a mold that doesn't align with her true desires. And then there's Taylor, who, while loving and supportive, has her own biases and views on what Steffy's life should look like. These constant pressures from her parents leave Steffy with little room to breathe, let alone make decisions that are best for her own happiness. Would Steffy be happier if she were free from the constraints of her family? If she could step away from their expectations and find her own path, without the constant pressure of living up to the Forrester legacy, could she finally discover the joy and peace she has been craving? The road ahead, a fresh start? In recent episodes, Steffy has shown signs of wanting to break free from her past. The idea of starting fresh, both romantically and personally, has taken root in her mind. But the question remains, is Steffy ready to sever ties with her family and leave her marriage behind in order to pursue a life of freedom? On one hand, Steffy has every reason to believe that a fresh start might be the key to her happiness. Without Finn and the heavy influence of her family, she could focus on herself for the first time in years. She could rediscover her passion for her career, take control of her own destiny, and potentially find love in a more fulfilling and genuine way. On the other hand, Steffy has always been a Forrester, and it's difficult to imagine her completely walking away from the family she has been tied to for so long. There is a part of her that will always be connected to the legacy of the Forrester name, for better or for worse. Could she truly leave all that behind? And would she be happy without the sense of belonging that comes with being part of such a powerful family? Steffy's journey, independence or love. As Steffy's storyline continues to unfold, it's clear that her future is uncertain. Will she choose the path of independence, free from her marriage and the shadow of her family? Or will she find a way to reconcile her love for Finn and her complicated relationship with her parents? Only time will tell what direction Steffy will ultimately take. One thing is for sure, Steffy's journey is far from over, and whether she chooses to be free or stay tethered to the past, her story will continue to captivate fans for years to come. Will Steffy find her happiness in independence, or will love and family prove to be her true source of fulfillment? Stay tuned to The Bold and the Beautiful to see how Steffy's future unfolds.